Caitlin Clark may have walked away from this game without the win, but there is one thing her fans absolutely refuse to ignore. And now, attention has turned to her boyfriend, Connor McCaffery. Did Paige Bueckers take things too far with Caitlin Clark? But the moment itself. That definitely happened. And it was intense. With less than 10 seconds remaining in the second quarter of Indiana's matchup against the Dallas Wings, Caitlin Clark had possession of the ball. Paige Bueckers was defending her closely, and Dallas had a foul to give. Bueckers then grabbed Clark's left arm in an attempt to stop the possession before halftime. The officials called a common foul. But Caitlin clearly did not look happy about it. And then came the moment that sent fans into a frenzy. Clark fired the ball down the court, sending it dangerously close to Bueckers before the players headed towards the locker room. The two stars then exchanged words, although the television microphones did not clearly pick up what was said. And suddenly, what had already been an intense battle became another chapter in the growing Caitlin Clark-Paige Bueckers rivalry. This is where the Connor McCaffery angle becomes interesting. Connor and Caitlin have been together since 2023, and he has regularly supported her basketball career. He is also a former Iowa basketball player and currently works as an assistant coach at Butler. So naturally, when fans see Caitlin involved in a heated basketball moment, some immediately start wondering what Connor might be thinking while watching from the sidelines. And if you're a protective boyfriend watching your partner get grabbed during a heated game, you can probably imagine the reaction fans might expect. But here's the thing. Connor doesn't need to fight Caitlin's battles for her. Because Caitlin Clark has already shown that she can handle herself. And that may be the biggest message coming out of this entire situation. You cannot keep Caitlin Clark from competing. You cannot keep her from shooting. You cannot keep her from creating plays. And you certainly cannot stop her from trying to outshine the competition. That's what makes her so dangerous. Even when the game gets physical, even when defenders make life difficult for her, and even when emotions start boiling over, Clark continues to compete. And that was exactly what we saw during this developing rivalry with Paige Bueckers. What's fascinating is that Clark herself doesn't appear to view Bueckers simply as an enemy. Quite the opposite. After their previous meeting, Clark praised Bueckers as an incredible player and described her as a tremendous talent who makes life extremely difficult for opposing defenses. That respect is important. Because sometimes fans see one heated moment and immediately turn it into a personal feud. But basketball is an emotional sport. Players compete. Players get frustrated. Contact happens. Arguments happen. And sometimes tempers flare. That doesn't automatically mean the players genuinely dislike one another. Still, the latest incident certainly adds another layer to a rivalry that fans are becoming increasingly invested in. And remember, these are two #1 overall picks. Caitlin Clark went first overall in 2024. Paige Bueckers went first overall in 2025, carrying enormous expectations. Both have become major faces of the league. And whenever they meet, fans expect fireworks. Their previous matchup was a perfect example. Clark produced 29 points and 10 assists as Indiana defeated Dallas 98-87, while Bueckers also scored 29 points and added 6 assists and 6 rebounds. But this time, Dallas got revenge. The Wings defeated the Fever 91-85, ending Indiana's 5-game winning streak. A Reich Augunbowl exploded for 32 points, while Paige Bueckers contributed 8 assists. For Indiana, Kelsey Mitchell led the scoring, while Clark finished with a team-high 9 assists. So Paige and Dallas got the victory. But the physical confrontation with Clark became one of the biggest talking points. And that is exactly why this rivalry is becoming so fascinating. It isn't just about statistics anymore. It's about competitiveness. It's about pride. It's about two young stars trying to establish themselves in the WNBA. And perhaps most importantly, it's about what happens when neither player wants to back down. So was Paige Bueckers simply making a smart basketball play because Dallas had a foul to give? Or did she cross the line by grabbing Clark's arm so aggressively? That's where opinions are divided. Some fans believe it was simply smart late-game defense. Others believe Paige could have handled the situation differently. And then there are the fans wondering what Conor McCaffery thought about the whole thing. But unless Conor himself speaks about the incident, we should not pretend we know exactly how he felt. What we do know is that Caitlin Clark did not let the moment define her. She kept playing. She kept competing. And that's the Caitlin Clark mentality. You can't stop her from trying to be the best. You can't stop her from taking the big shot. And you certainly can't stop her from trying to outshine whoever is standing across from her. Paige Bueckers is one of the toughest young stars in the league. But Caitlin Clark isn't backing down. And if anything, this latest confrontation could make their future meetings even more must-watch television. So now I want to hear from you. Did Paige Bueckers go too far when she grabbed Caitlin Clark's arm? Was it simply smart basketball? And if you were Conor McCaffery watching that moment, would you have been upset? Most importantly, who do you think will ultimately have the better WNBA career, Caitlin Clark or Paige Bueckers? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like it, share it with another WNBA fan and subscribe to the channel. Because this Caitlin Clark and Paige Bueckers rivalry is only getting started.